Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. All right, so Marvel continues having the same problems with maintaining VFX workers. A particular company, which is headlined by Mark Patch, is looking to sever ties with the film company itself. Vulture reported that Mark Patch, with a long list of credits including Tenet, 2016's Ghostbusters, and Star's Amazon Gods, was offered a short-term position working on VFX for Marvel Studios for the series on Disney Plus. But the issue shows where he, after having a non-disclosure agreement with the company that were insisted by Marvel's visual effects and post-production president Vittorio Alonso and staff VFX producer Jen Underdahl in a telephone meeting requiring that Patch would keep his employment with the company a secret. So in other words, he can't post it on social media as well as share it within various interviews as well. So in other words, it was another version of the Manhattan Project. He says that his 10-hour show, which he couldn't name due to the non-disclosure agreement, will require around 3,000 VFX shots to be completed on a much shorter timeline. Of course, Marvel Studios declined to comment on his story when it was show where he was confronted with the prospect of what he was told for being 19-hour days, 7 days a week for 3 months straight. And he went on ahead and walked away from the project due to the strenuous hours as well as the less pay. So then in the summer of 2022, with the different news stories on Reddit threads and tweets explaining that the overall toxic environment for VFX workers, many techs and artists describe working for Marvel as a uniquely burdensome experience in an era when one studio remains the most dependable blockbuster factory in history. Now, this is also understandable where, since they're getting this kind of treatment from Marvel, many people working in VFX for them are looking to go ahead and want to be unionized. Okay. Now, one visual effects worker currently employed by the studio on a project where they can't say that they're completing approximately 4 times the amount of work they are being paid for. Where 1 minute they deliver delivering for a certain movie that they can't state, and then they're on the verge of never coming back. Okay, as a matter of fact, they made the decision to never come back. This shows that for the entertainment industry, where for VFX, it estimates that Marvel hires 1 VFX artist for every 3 such specialists another studio might for an equivalent job, where Marvel also declined to comment on those claims as well. But another interesting matter is that Marvel's jobs afford VFX workers proximity to some of the industry's most exciting filmmakers as a result of the studio's ability to recruit directors such as Chloe Zhao, who did Eternals, Taika Waititi, who did Thor, Ragnarok, and Love and Thunder, as well as Brian Coogler for the Black Panther films. For many of those directors, a Marvel studio would leave them to not communicate effectively with the producers as well as the visual effects department. And it goes into detail where it's just they got some guy who made a cheap movie or on an indie thing with a positive buzz, as he explains, and they say, okay, we can guide this person to do what we want. But in January 2022, around 300 VFX production workers were the digital laborers working on set during a movie or show's principal photography, organized on a Slack channel under the name VFX Production Group and initiated a year-end poll comparing the salaries paid by various studios. And it was an exercise in free information flow and open discussion between a modest number of participants, as high as 42, of salary ranges and grievances, according to the Georgia-based worker who was a member of the group. But the goal was to establish more equitable pay rates and raise awareness of the value of VFX work. So in other words, they were actually advocating for fair treatment and fair pay. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Do you think that, okay, no, how much do you think that this will affect the Marvel brand itself? Not the Marvel brand, but the Marvel Studios brand under Disney. Will it actually affect Disney to the point where Bob Iger will actually have to fire Victoria Alonso as well as Kevin Feige? Because we already see that Phase 4 has led Marvel Studios into further water or troubles with the company itself due to the recent Phase 4 numbers, where the movies as well as the shows on Disney Plus didn't fare out so well for fans. And also now it comes to the fact that the VFX issues are still continuing over after years of complaints. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, let me know what went wrong in the video, and also share with me any additional thoughts that I didn't touch up on. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash the like button and also share it far and wide on social media. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.